This tragic case followed a bitter game of ice hockey. Barry Cobby and Paul Smithers, both 16, had a history of bad blood. Cobby in particular had resorted to racial slurs against Smithers, who was black. In this game, Cobby speared Smithers and was placed in the penalty box. Smithers took advantage of the situation and scored a goal, then taunted Cobby. Cobby continued his racial slurs and Smithers threatened to sort it out after the game. After the match, Smithers went looking for Cobby and Cobby tried to evade him. Smithers punched him a couple of times and Cobby's friends held Smithers back. Smithers got in one last kick and Cobby collapsed, then died. It turned out that his epiglottis had malfunctioned. The epiglottis is like a valve which stops food and drink from getting down into your lungs. In this case, after the kick, Cobby had vomited. The vomit had gotten into his lungs and he died. The question before the Supreme Court was whether the kick from Smithers could possibly be blamed for the death, given that what really caused Cobby's death was the failure of his epiglottis. The court followed a principle sometimes known as the eggshell skull rule. A wrongdoer must take their victim as they come. If, for some medical or other reason, a person is unusually susceptible to harm, a wrongdoer will still be responsible for all the harm which follows from their act. In this case, that meant that Smithers had to take Cobby as he found him. He didn't know that he was kicking a boy with a malfunctioning epiglottis, but he was, and so his kick caused much more harm than it would have if delivered to a boy without a malfunctioning epiglottis. Justice Dixon for the court said, "There was a very substantial body of evidence, both expert and lay, before the jury, indicating that the kick was at least a contributing cause of death, outside the de minimis range, and that is all that the Crown was required to establish. Death may have been unexpected and the physical reactions of the victim unforeseen, but that does not relieve the appellant." De minimis in this context means trifling, so any unlawful use of force which goes beyond trifling levels exposes the wrongdoer to responsibility for whatever harm that may cause, no matter how unexpected.